Cool. Guys, it's on. It is on? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, how are you guys doing? Okay, now hey guys, I tell jokes for a living. That's not a joke, that's my job. And I take it like super seriously. Just kidding, I don't really take anything seriously. Because like, what's the point? The most serious thing we can say about something is that it's a matter of life and death. And that's just describing a natural and unavoidable progression in the universe. Here's a little bit more about me. Okay, what you're actually about to hear is a song I wrote when I moved here in 2012 that's jokes about my life. And then I'll stop to explain to you where the jokes came from. It's like a TED Talk and you want insight. Okay, so here's the song. 2, 3, 4. I drive a dirty Prius with a dent on the side. You're looking for adventure, boo, come take a ride. It runs on dreams. Those were the TED Talk. I do drive a dirty Prius. It's not washed because I'm just not the kind of person who remembers to go to the car wash. The dent in the side comes from staring out the window, having an existential crisis about the meaning of life. Whether or not I wasted time by becoming a comedian instead of, I don't know, feeding the hungry or like establishing a more secure 401k. We've all been there. Also, in my defense, that barrier in a Trader Joe's parking lot like came out of nowhere. The dent inside of my car gives me all kinds of anxiety. That's why I like to bring it up first. It feels to me like a giant piece of evidence of my imperfections as a human. But of course I have anxiety. I'm a millennial. So I am manic, depressive. Okay, I'm mostly manic. I haven't figured out enough rest for it yet. I'm like, do you guys want to kill yourselves? Me neither. Did you know you can make a pillowcase out of a t-shirt? Put down your weapons, for I have a blue gun. Like such a hipster stuff. The truth is, I struggle with chemical depression, and I have my entire life. Things got so bad when I was 14 that I was hospitalized for it, which was a really dark time in my life. So imagine how cool it feels to be able to, I don't know, laugh about it now. People who go in the arts have a tough time. In fact, we're significantly more likely to be diagnosed with anxiety or depression than other people. Writers in particular are 121% more likely to be diagnosed as bipolar. Still, I don't know, beats working in a cubicle? Unless working in a cubicle is like your thing, in which case more power to you. But if working in a cubicle is your thing, you're probably not 121% more likely to be diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so I'm just... It's hard in particular being a woman in show business. Women represent almost 51% of the population worldwide, and yet we're considered a minority. Women receive about 30% of speaking roles in film and television. So like when Shia LaBeouf releases a video on YouTube saying, do it! Just do it! Basically, he's talking to himself. Still, it's difficult to defend being depressed in a beautiful city like Los Angeles. 90% of depression in Los Angeles is just sitting around your apartment going, but when will I get my chance? And where's the billboard for me? Dinosaurs existed for 168 million years. 168 million years. They had no higher thought or emotional intelligence. Humanity isn't going to make it to a million years. Pretty much no matter what we do at this point. Hashtag global warming. Hashtag like a bunch of other stuff we've done. And all most of us want is to feel like we matter. Just saying, no dinosaur ever woke up in the morning and was like, I just want to be relevant. Back to the song. I changed my name when I was 8. It's fun to kill a mockingbird. I'm not named after Dreamwor's daughter. She's younger than me. That's right, I'm older than I look, which is a weird thing to say on stage. Because you know when shaking the back is going, no, that girl looks exactly as old as she is. Like, look at her hands. There's so much to worry about in this life. Getting older, looking older, disease, famine, the fact that social media is slowly disintegrating against our ability to have genuine human connection via a phenomenon called social comparison, by which we determine our social status and personal worth because of obsessive comparison to the online portrayal of others, even though it's well documented that people over-report on the positive things in their life and under-report on the negative ones online. Guys, I got a letter last week from the city of Los Angeles informing me that I owe them $900 for a parking ticket I didn't know I had. 2012 for improper display of a parking permit. You know what I Instagrammed that day? A photo of myself and my girlfriends on Whole Foods with gluten-free chicken nuggets. Hashtag celiac, hashtag bliss. Don't even get me started on wedding photos on Facebook. I get it. They're love in a hopeless place. They're love in a hopeless place. A hopeless place, guys. That's your 20s. Just kidding. It's like for sure online dating. I ever been in love 2 times with 2 different women who look exactly the same. One of those women was gracious and kind. The other one was a mega jerk. No, I don't have anything extra. Next, I read a bunch of stuff. And like one returned engagement ring. She left me for a woman who was younger than me and also has brain damage from a tragic snowboarding accident. That's true. I know, how embarrassing. A snowboarding accident. Why, was she competing in the 1994 X Games? Oh, Scout, not funny, dude. Can you please not make fun of Ashley's brain damage on stage? Sorry, Sabrina. Can you please not leave me for someone who has hilarious brain damage? Not expect me to share it with the world? So you're riding around town with the one I love, and I'm like, forget you. True story on that. Going through the breakup was one of the hardest things I had ever been through. Overnight, I had to reimagine everything I thought my life was about to become. Because I lost my partner. And I say partner because, like, yeah, I'm a lesbian, and, like, that's just the word we use. But also I say partner because she was my partner. In love, in friendship, in a lot of practical things, too. And to lose that without warning to an affair felt like the world was taking me out of me. So I started writing jokes. And slowly it didn't hurt as much. I'm not saying you guys should write jokes. In fact, like, please don't. My industry is very competitive. But I am saying every time I get up on stage and say, I regain a little bit of my power. Every one of us is going to go through something that hurts in our lives. Like, did you know the chord progression to, hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me maybe. Is the same chord progression as, never mind, I'll find someone like you. This goes to show you guys, no matter how happy you think you are in a relationship, you are never more than one tiny slip of the fingers away from I want you to know. The physical act of laughing inhibits the body's stress responders. It also releases endorphins that make you less able to experience pain. That means if you're doing something that you don't want to be doing, whether you mean it or not, the physical act of smiling will make it hurt less. Suck on that, soul cycle. People who smile frequently live an average of 7 years longer than people who don't. And if you're sitting there going, oh my god, do I not smile enough? Guess what? You don't. I believe it was Charlie Chaplin who said it best when he said, smile, though your heart is aching, smile, even though it's breaking. When there are crowds up in the sky. Who cares? We'll aim for the laugh Picture the Middle East if instead of fighting over religion and land, we just made fun of each other wearing silly hats. I'm serious. Have you ever seen a bishop, a rabbi, or an imam? They're all wearing silly hats. Not saying you never have permission to be sad. Just saying you always have permission to laugh. In conclusion, here's pretty much what you know about me so far. I was dumped by my ex-fiancé. I'm a horrible driver. I had to pay a bogus parking ticket. I struggled my entire life with depression, and I work in an industry that's heavily biased against me. And yet, every morning, I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror, and I say, Scout, get out there and make them laugh. Make them laugh. Make them laugh. Thank you guys so much.